guys, welcome back to another episode of the Whisky Diaries. My name is Martin Lang, and today we're gonna open a very special bottle of whiskey, the Yamazaki's limited edition 2017. Now, Yamazaki, just a small little history. They started in the 1920s, was the first distillery to open in Japan. Then after that, Taketsuru opened later. There's a whole history that we're going to probably talk in another episode, just going through Japan whiskey history. But today, the star of the show is this particular bottle. There's a couple of things special about this bottle. Is in 2014, the first limited edition was released. The 2015, I believe, won Best Whiskey in the world at the time. And the 2017 is the latest edition. They haven't renewed it in 2019 or 2020. And I don't think they're ever going to do another limited edition. The reason why is because, as everybody knows, Japanese whiskey in the last 5 years just exploded. So bottles of whiskey that 5-6 years ago, like let's just say a Yamazaki 12-year-old was $80, now it goes for $300. And a bottle of 18-year-old Yamazaki, if you can get it, goes for anything from like $1,200 to $1,600. And that's the reason why. It's just Japan obviously is not a big country, but the population is huge and they love the whiskey. So all the whiskey gets consumed locally. And whatever gets exported to massive markets bigger than Australia, so America, China, and India. So they overdone themselves. So they can't produce whiskey quick enough to age it long enough. So, and the reason why I say this is because the limited edition since 2014 and the 4 versions since then, they use whiskies over 20 years old. They have been matured in American oak and in sherry casks, particularly Oloroso sherry. They started doing in 2014 as a way of showcasing their whiskies. As I said, a bottle of 18-year-old in 2014 was maybe $140, $150. So it's just like crazy. Japanese just went absolutely crazy because they won so many awards, and rightly deserved so. Japanese whiskey is absolutely stunning. Nowadays, in the last 3 or 4 years, there's a lot of distilleries that are making average whiskey, and some of them, because Japan doesn't have a lot of regulations, anybody can call in Japan a whiskey whatever they can, and they can call it Japanese whiskey as well. So a lot of distilleries that they opened in the last 3 or 4 years, they're not even making their own whiskey, they're buying it from overseas and they're barreling it or bottling it even in Japan. It is not a bad thing, it's just what the market is at the moment. But Yamazaki and obviously Hakushu, and then you got Nikka and all those old distilleries, they just don't produce a bad whiskey. I've been in, as I said before, I've been to the Nikka distillery and it's beautiful, like it's just Japanese to the core. So we're going to try this one. This is the first time I ever tried this whiskey, so we're going to play along. I have tried the 15 and the 16, the 2015 and the 2016 editions, but I haven't had the pleasure to try these ones. As I said before, 20 years old, and 20-year-old whiskey, Japanese whiskey at the moment will go for a pretty penny. So, and this one is sold out everywhere, so you can't really find this whiskey. You can buy it in auctions. We actually bought this at an auction as well, just to have it here at Death and Taxes. Just the bottle, a little bit on the bottle as well. It has engraved the Yamazaki distillery at the back. I'm not sure if the camera can see it, but it's a beautiful handcrafted bottle. You see the golden letters and everything. It's absolutely stunning. 43% ABV. Again, youngest whiskey is 20 years old, and they're all sherry cask and American oak. On the nose is, for some reason, is quite ethanol, but that's not a bad thing. It's just the whiskey breathing. And yeah, wow, yeah, that's incredible. That's definitely Yamazaki core. You can definitely taste the new make spirit backbone in that. Lots of Christmas pudding, lots of dry sherries, but then at the back you get the vanilla and definitely you get the American oak coming through. It's actually quite sweet. The slight smoke as well, which is weird for Yamazaki. Maybe they have some Hakushu in there from another barrels, but it has a slightly smokiness to it. And that's an incredible whiskey. If you can find yourself one, or if you can auction it and stuff, and you have the cash for it, I would definitely recommend it. Hopefully you enjoy these ones, and Slanjaba. We'll see you next time.